Generation Geek, your go-to source for all things geek culture, as brought to you by two geeks that just happen to be father and son. I'm J Kidd. I'm representing what's hot right now.
And I'm Papa G, holding it down for the OGs.
So if you love comics, anime, movies, and games, don't worry. You're not a fanatic. It's genetic.
Welcome to the family.
Hello guys, this is J Kidd from Generation Geek. With the recent release of Insomniac's Spider-Man and the new Spider-Verse movie coming out, we here at Generation Geek thought it would be a great time to give you guys our list of the top 10 most powerful versions of Spider-Man to ever be published in comics. For this list, we'll be looking at a myriad of Spider-Man across multiple universes and deciding which versions of Spider-Man are the most powerful. Number 10, Miles Morales. Miles Morales is one of the newest Spider-Man to be introduced in recent years, and also one of the most popular. Miles Morales has the standard spider abilities, being increased speed, agility, strength, durability, and even spider sense. But what puts Miles above our own 616 Peter Parker are two things. One, his ability to camouflage himself, which virtually makes him invisible to the naked eye. And two, his powerful Venom Blast, which is a blast of bioelectricity that Miles Morales can produce from his own body. His Venom Blast is so powerful that he was able to injure the villain known as Blackheart, who was the son of Mephisto himself, and was able to take down the villain single-handedly when Spider-Man and the rest of the Avengers failed. Number 9, SixArmedSpiderman. In this universe, Spider-Man tried to get rid of his spider powers with some type of special potion, but instead of eliminating his powers, Peter grew 4 extra arms. And unlike our 616 universe Spider-Man, he was never cured, which lied inside of the living vampire Morbius. But in this universe, he was eaten by a shark, so... Number 8, Symbiote Spiderman. Now you guys knew he was going to be somewhere on this list. The Spider-Man of Earth 1089, he never is severed from the symbiote, and then eventually merges with the symbiote taking control of Spider-Man's body completely. Now, as is common knowledge, the symbiote gives Spider-Man increased strength, speed, organic webbing, and a healing factor that can make even Wolverine and Deadpool jealous. Number 7, the Spider. Appearing in Exiles number 12 in the early 2000s, this version is a different twist on Spider-Man. Instead of being your regular Peter Parker, he's instead more like Cletus Cassidy, or as you guys know him, Carnage. Another similarity he shares with him in this universe is his red symbiote. He's a sociopath that racked up 67 consecutive life sentences by a jury, but instead was drafted by the Timebreakers, a race of insect-like beings who brought heroes and villains together in order to fix discrepancies in the multiverse. The Carnage symbiote was birthed from Venom himself and is superior to his father in every way, and even has the ability to create weapons from the symbiote itself. Number 6, Scarlet Spider. KAINE Parker, the clone from the infamous Clone Saga, was the Jackal's first attempt at cloning Spider-Man. KAINE served kind of a tragic figure role in the Clone Saga, but will later reemerge as the mysterious Scarlet Spider. Now what ranks KAINE so high is that in the Spider-Verse saga, he was revealed to be the Other, who is one of the most powerful spider totems in the Marvel Universe. Now when KAINE fully transforms into the Other, he is shown to be that of a Class 100 superhuman. As shown in the arc, he is able to face off against 3 inheritors by himself, Morlun, Deimos, and the father and leader of the bunch, Solus, who were the main villains of the Spider-Verse arc. He was able to kill the leader, Solus, single-handedly, when the other Spider-Man could not. Number 5, HulkSpiderman. Marvel's limited series Bullet Points was published in the early 2000s and was written by J. Michael Straczynski himself. In this run, the superheroes see themselves swapped in identity. In this universe, Bruce Banner becomes Spider-Man, and Peter Parker becomes the Incredible Hulk. In this twist, Peter goes joyriding with his friends in a stolen Jeep in the desert. After running out of gas, Peter walks to go find some and stumbles upon the gamma site in which he is irradiated and becomes the Incredible Hulk. Now what puts him this high on the list is, well, he's the Incredible Hulk. I mean, what more needs to be said? Number 4, Ghost Spider. Now with his recent introduction into Insomniac's Spider-Man game as a swappable costume, the Ghost Spider has gained a lot of popularity. Hailing from Earth 11638, this universe's Uncle Ben never died and actually helped Peter train. He later becomes a billionaire, becomes a villain, and attempts to lure Spider-Man from other realities to his own to take their power. After dying fighting the Earth 616 Spider-Man, he was later resurrected as the Ghost Spider, who in this case is obviously a mix of Spider-Man and Ghost Rider. Now seeing as this Ghost Spider doesn't have many feats, we can look at our own Ghost Rider since he is a merge of the 616 Johnny Blaze version and our 616 Spider-Man. Now as people know, the Spirit of Vengeance is different from Johnny Blaze. The Spirit of Vengeance, unattached to a human host, is an Omega level threat. Now when the Spirit of Vengeance is being controlled by a host, an example Peter Parker, he is less powerful than he would be on his own. But let's look at some feats that Ghost Rider has accomplished while in control of the Spirit of Vengeance. He was nearly able to kill a contingency of Avengers, X-Men, and other supernatural heroes. He almost kills Doctor Strange in a one-on-one bout. And in a classic story, he takes out the Hulk single-handedly by himself. Number 3, Captain Universe Spider-Man. Now on Earth 13, Spider-Man never separated from the Unipower and continue on as the Captain Universe Spider-Man. With the Enigma Force, which can easily be compared to the Phoenix Force, he has complete control over matter and energy and can do things like control the weather, fly, lift over 100 tons, and even has Univision. Cosmic Spider-Man has performed some pretty impressive feats. In the Spider-Verse arc, he easily kills an Inheritor, punches the Hulk into space and then retrieves him, and even punches Thor into space. Number 2, Spider-Man with the Infinity Gauntlet. Yes, Spider-Man with the Infinity Gauntlet does exist. In Marvel's All Ages line of comics, a shortened and more kid-friendly version of the Infinity Gauntlet storyline was published. In this story, a Doombot posing as Dr. Doom separates the gauntlet from Thanos, but can't make it work because, well, he's a robot. And as soon as Thanos almost acquires the gauntlet back, Spider-Man snatches it with a web line. With the gauntlet in hand, Spider-Man wields it that Thanos never comes to possession of it. And for those of you who read the original Infinity Gauntlet storyline, you know how powerful the gauntlet really is in the hands of the Mad Titan. As the same in the movie, he did erase half the life in the universe to impress Lady Death. But that doesn't stop there. In the comics, the cosmic entities gang together to attack the Mad Titan, in which he single-handedly defeated them all save the Living Tribunal. Number 1, Beyonder Spider-Man. Again, yes, this does exist. Spider-Man once wielded the power of the Beyonder. Why don't you remember it? Well, he only wielded the power for 1/1000th of a second. Let me explain. In this story, Dr. Doom goes to the Beyond Realm to challenge the Beyonder himself, bringing along with him Spider-Man and Wolverine. He battles the Beyonder and drains him of his power, but the power momentarily goes to Spider-Man, who in that moment remade all of creation and lived an entire life in 1/1000th of a second. In this story, he casually brings Uncle Ben back to life multiple times, defeats Galactus and even the Molecule Man. But what puts the Beyonder Spider-Man above the Infinity Gauntlet Spider-Man? Well, there's this. After the Infinity Gauntlet arc, the being known as Adam Warlock acquires the Infinity Gauntlet, and he appears upon all the cosmic entities, including the Living Tribunal. In a fit of rage, he wipes all the cosmic entities out of the room, save for the Living Tribunal, who easily restores order and depowers the Infinity Gauntlet with little to no effort. In earlier stories, Uatu the Watcher and other cosmic entities, including the Living Tribunal, came to the Molecule Man Owen Reese and asking for his assistance in stopping the Beyonder, who at that time was going on a rampage. As you see in the panel, the Living Tribunal was there, and is shown as just another being unable to stop the Beyonder, therefore putting the Beyonder Spider-Man as our most powerful Spider-Man in the entire Marvel multiverse. And that's our list. Did we leave a Spider-Man out? Have an idea for a top 10 for us to do? Also leave that in the comments below. And like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell icon so you never miss out on our videos. This is JK from Generation Geek, and we out.
This segment of Generation Geek is brought to you in part by Kapow, the Comic Art Academy. What do your favorite TV shows, hit movies, and epic video games all have in common? They were created by and employ comic book artists. Want to know how? Then you want Kapow. Check out their YouTube at Kapow School or visit teachyoutodraw.com for more information.